Don't worry about who's supporting you, period. Don't worry about your little friends not supporting you or they ain't bought off your website yet. Don't worry about your family members if they ain't bought off your website. Hey guys, it's Aaliyah. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in again. If you are new, subscribe and join the family. Today's video is a requested video. I made a poll on my YouTube community tab asking you guys what video you guys wanted to see next, why you should start a business, and things to know before starting a business. About 70 of you guys voted on my YouTube, and I made the same poll on Instagram on my business account. About 20 of you guys voted on there, and everybody chose what you should know before starting a business. So that's what today's video is going to be. So the things that I am going to be saying are things that I've just experienced since I started my business and things that I've peeped since I've started my business. But yeah, I got about 10 points here. Before we get into the video, y'all go support and follow my business Instagram. And if you want, you can follow my regular Instagram. Everything's always linked in the description. I also put timestamps in the comments and in the description for all of these points in case you kind of want to skip through a certain point. You guys always like when I put timestamps on my videos, so why not? So the first point that I have on here is to do research on your product or service. And I say product or service because you may have a business and not selling a product, but you might have a service, like you may be a photographer or something like that. So yeah, what I mean by do research on your product or service is basically meaning to find the cost of everything. Before you always got to research. Before you get into something, you always got to research, period. Find the profit of everything. If you're selling products, try to look for the same product from a different person if it may be cheaper, you know, so you can budget. Before I started my business and I was doing all the research to find my products and stuff, there was a lot of people obviously doing the same thing and a lot of people selling the same thing, but different prices and different, what's up with my dialogue today? It was different catches to it. So say for instance, this girl selling some lip gloss tubes and then this other girl selling some lip gloss tubes. They both sell the exact same lip gloss tubes and I'm trying to figure out which one I want to go with. This girl is cheaper than this girl, and the cheaper girl also ships faster than the other girl. So this girl right here is more expensive and her shipping takes longer, and this girl right here is cheaper and her shipping is quicker, but they both have the exact same thing. So obviously I'm gonna go with this girl right here. So you know, it's all about budgeting and things like that, because when you're starting a business, you're taking the risk by spending your own money anyway. So the best thing to do is your research so that you're spending as less money as possible. So that's my number one point. Research. That's probably like the longest part of everything. After you do all your research and you get your notes and everything together, you can go ahead and once you buy all that inventory and everything, all you have to do is from there is just make your product, and then you'll get quicker and you'll get closer and closer to your launch date or whatnot. But yeah, I feel like researching is the most lengthy part, but it's also the most fun part because sometimes you come across a lot of different things and ideas that you might want to add to your business. Do your research. Number 2 on here is to, I know it may sound cliche, but number 2 is to create a social media platform, whether that be Instagram, whether that be a Pinterest account, whether that be like a Facebook marketplace for your business or something like that. The reason why I say this, and some of y'all are probably like, well, duh, obviously create some type of social media platform, because how are you going to let people know you're starting a business? You can't just bust out with a website, right? No, because some people, they don't really have social media platforms. Okay, so some people that have commented on my recent videos have wanted me to give them advice on why they're not making any sales or whatnot. And a couple of you guys, every time I ask, a couple of questions and I dig into it, I'll eventually ask, well, what's your Instagram name? Let me research your Instagram page and see maybe, what your posts are looking like, or, what's the social media platform that you have so that I can, review it to see maybe why you're not getting people's attention. And a couple of y'all have actually said, oh, I don't have a social media platform, but here's my website. And that's probably why it's a little bit harder to grow that way, because you're not promoting on anything. So it's like, how are people supposed to know besides word of mouth about your business, and how are people supposed to be led to your website if you don't have anything out there promoted for people to even go to your website. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to have a social media platform. And I know it may be common sense to some of you guys, but to other people, I wouldn't say that's a common sense thing. So that's why I took note of that, because it was more than one person that actually didn't have social media platforms for the business and only a website. So I decided I should throw this point in there. People who are wanting to start a business, it'll definitely help you in the long run. Create a social media platform so that you can help promote and get your business out there. But the third point that I have on here, after creating a social media platform, to build anticipation. And what I mean by building anticipation is, say for instance, like kind of like what I did when I started my business. I made my business profile, and you're thinking, oh, well, I'm still doing research for my products and I don't have anything in yet. What is there to build anticipation on? Blah blah blah. What is there for me to post if I haven't even launched yet? There's plenty of stuff for you to post before your launch date. When you make your social media platform, what you need to do is maybe post quotes while you're at it, or from your regular accounts, tell people to follow your business account because you're starting a business soon. And then once you create your business account, you can do things like not only post quotes or not only post pictures or updates regarding your business, you can also post on your story. And on your story, you can play games with people that are, you know, following and waiting on you to launch. You can play games like poll games, quiz games. What do you think I'm going to be selling for my business? You can ask questions. Which products would you like to see in my business? You can do polls like, do you prefer lashes? Do you prefer lip gloss? Do you prefer lip balm? Do you prefer lip lotion? You know, you just constantly on your business Instagram page building the hype up, or on your social media platform period building the hype up before your launch date. And that helps to catch people's eye, and therefore when it's time for you to launch, you could possibly have sales or a lot of people interested because they've been following the journey. They know you're legit, and they know that you're consistent, and they see what they like, and they could potentially turn into a sale, rather than just saying, oh, I'm gonna start a business, go follow my business page, and don't post nothing for months, and then you pop out, oh, I launch this Friday. You wondering why you not getting no sales. First of all, you ain't got no pictures on your page. Second of all, you ain't been promoted. You know what I'm saying? So after you create a social media platform, be sure that you're updating everybody by any means necessary. When I first started my business, I would post like when I would buy inventory and then it would come in, I would do unboxings. I would post a picture of the lip gloss and the glitter and stuff, saying, you know, putting cute little captions like, so excited for this new journey, this new chapter in my life. How cute are these glitters that I'm going to be using? What color lip glosses should I make? You know, you just have to engage. And then in between that, I would, you know, put motivational quotes, or I would put like a countdown, like 5 more days until launch day, next week is launch day, you know, stuff like that. You just have to build anticipation. You don't want to just pop out with a business and then get mad when ain't nobody supporting you. First of all, they ain't know about it because you ain't been posting about it. So you know what I'm saying? Okay, the fourth point that I have on here is to mentally prepare yourself for the worst. When you're starting a business, you must know that you're taking a risk, period. You're taking a risk with spending your own hard-earned money and not knowing whether or not if you're going to make profit. And you're taking a risk by putting all this time and effort into something that could potentially fail, or that could potentially go maneuver slower than what you originally anticipated for it to move. And I know that's kind of like cliche again, duh, prepare yourself for the worst. I just wanted to come on here and warn you guys, sometimes it might get crazy, you know what I'm saying? You just want to mentally prepare yourself so that if something bad were to happen, you wouldn't feel bad or as much as the type of way that you would have felt if you would have just started a business without thinking about the precautions. So, word of advice, mentally prepare yourself for something that you are going to do. And that's not even just with a business, that's life, period. You just always want to make sure that you're prepared mentally, or at least try to. Because if something were to happen for the first time with anything, you're probably not going to be like, at least you could put that in your brain that, hey, if something bad were to happen, I know that it's a possibility. Another point that I have on here, stay consistent and stay motivated. And man, I know I keep saying that some of this stuff might seem cliche, But when I say that every time I watch some type of how-to videos or some type of motivational videos, you know, how to grow your platform, everybody always put on their consistency. And every time I would hear that, I'd be like, bro, everybody's saying the same stuff. Like, that's dumb. Like, duh, be consistent. Really want to drill this in your head. Let me give you an example. This was actually not too long ago. Yeah, this was last week. Last week, I live in Texas. So last week, Texas had a severe weather storm. We had a blizzard and we had a power outage, and they never had weather like this since they say, what, 1960 something? This is not for us, you know what I'm saying? All the power was out, nobody had water. So while I was going through that, I was not really posting on my business page as much as I would usually post on it if it were to be like a regular week. But it wasn't a regular week for me. That I would try to post quotes here and there and play a couple of poll games, but this one specific day, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, I don't know what day it was, but one day out of that week I didn't post at all. Y'all tell me why. And I was going through so much, I wasn't even on social media, or I wasn't even checking for my Instagram. But I know how I'm a small business and I don't have many followers, so I know how much I have on there. Every time I get on my Instagram, I always know where my followings list is or whatever like that. If I had like 10K, 11K, I probably wouldn't notice, but I'm sitting at about 400 followers, so I can tell if people unfollow me. Tell me why after that one day, I went back to my Instagram and not posting for just that one day, I lost 20 followers just for not posting on my story. But I was still posting on my story, but then I just completely stopped posting at all for like just 1 day or 2 days on my story and on my feed. And I went back to my profile. Tell me why I lost 20 followers. And it's crazy because when I do post, I gain followers, but when I stop posting, I seem to lose followers. So I know it may sound cliche again to say stay consistent, but it's really true. It's really true. You must stay consistent. People get bored easily. People want to you just gotta stay consistent, period. You just gotta stay consistent. And stay motivated. That was another point, but that's straightforward. Stay consistent and just stay motivated. And a good way that I stay motivated with my business and stuff is I go and I follow like motivational quote pages and stuff like that on my Instagram, and I would post daily quotes on my on my story, like motivational quote Mondays, or you know, I would just post motivational quotes every single morning. That just keeps me going. So I follow a couple of motivational and strategic pages on my business Instagram too, because they kind of keep me going and they give me tips and stuff like that. There's the pages where you know you can buy their ebooks and stuff too, so they can help with strategies in regards to your business, stuff like that. So yeah, that's another way to stay motivated because it actually helps me a lot. They post all the time too. They always got some type of quote on there that just lifts me up for the morning. Another point that I have on here is when you're starting a business, at least try to make sure that you're not doing it just for the money and that you're actually interested in it. So the best thing to do is just to do what you love. I mean, the money will eventually follow you. And the reason why I say that is because all of the money and all the effort and all the time that you might put into something that you just in for the money for, the stress might not be worth it in the end. But say for instance, you're doing something that you're extremely passionate about, and all the time and the stress and the money and the effort, it'll all be worth it at the end, because at the end of the day, it's what you love to do. You know what I'm saying? And if you're just in something for the money, then all the stress and time and effort and money won't be worth it. And it'll just be like you're working a regular job that you just tried to get away from. So really dig and do your research. Well, not research. I'm saying research like you can just Google your mind and see what you're into. Research your soul and make sure that it's something that you actually want to do, because if it's something that you're not really passionate about or at least into, then like I said, the stress, because it can get stressful and can get hectic, and the money you're spending, hard-earned money you're spending, the time that you're wasting, it won't be worth it in the end. So at least make sure that you like what you're doing. Another point that I have is that not to work hard, like not to that came out wrong. Another point that I have is to not overwork yourself. It's normal to take breaks and it's good to take breaks. That one day that I had took that break and I just didn't post anything at all, and I lost those 20 followers. There's plenty more from where that came from. You lose and you gain followers every single day, and if they unfollow you, then that goes to show that they really weren't even interested in the first place. That goes to show that they probably weren't gonna buy from you anyway. Pretty much you're gone from there, I guess, because their attention wasn't grabbed, whatever the case may be. But don't overwork yourself. It's good to take breaks. Don't get discouraged. It's always good to set goals, but if you don't hit those goals, don't be discouraged. It's just a lot that goes into having a business, so you don't want to put more stress on top of the stress that already comes with it, because patience is a virtue. Another point that I have on here is to try not to overspend, try not to go over your budget. And what I mean by that is, say you started your business and you have a product and it was doing good for a little bit, but then it gets super slow and your product isn't selling as much as you thought it should be. Keep in mind, businesses always get slow and speed up during certain times. So when it gets to the point in time where you realize that your business is slow, what I mean by try to budget and try not to overspend is don't go searching for 3 more new products and investing into 3 new products just because you're not getting, you know, sales as quickly as you would like to. But if you're just doing it because your sales are slow and stuff like that, or you get what I'm saying, you can wait, girl. Don't. It's not that serious. You're gonna get a sale and everything gets slow. Just don't try to go searching for new products if you're not getting sales. You know, if you're gonna be spending extra money and over budgeting, it needs to be for a reason, a specified reason. That's not an excuse to spend extra money on your budget just because you're not getting those sales. Just work with the product that you have. Maybe it's not that you have a bad product. Maybe it's just how you're marketing your product. Maybe look deeper into it, ask questions. Hey, why are you guys viewing this product on my website? Why wouldn't you buy it? Why aren't you buying it? Like, what's wrong? Maybe it's the pictures. Hell, maybe they ain't taking good enough pictures. Cause shit, I ain't gonna lie, shit. Shoot, this girl can have a product just like this other girl, and I get the product from the girl that got better pictures just because her pictures look better. I don't know, you know, it's just small stuff like that. So just figure it out with the stuff that you already have. Maybe it's just something small that you can simply fix. Don't just go out and overspend and try to create new products because you think that your current product isn't good enough. Because trust me, it more than likely is. But like I said, it's how you market it. So just dig a little bit into that. And then maybe you can probably start seeing some money roll in. And look at me thinking I'm a fucking business coach or some shit. I'm not. This is our personal experience and from what I peep. We got 2 more points left. Number 9, this is a big one. Do not compare yourself to other businesses, because there's more than likely going to be somebody doing the exact same as you or in the same genre as you. And the reason why I say don't compare yourself or don't be afraid of the competition is because, for one, there's enough money for everybody to make out here in this world. And for 2, just because 2 people are selling the same thing don't mean that, okay, look, let me see. The reason why you don't want to compare your success to others is because everybody's journey is different. Simple. That's it. Everybody's journey is different for anything in life. So you don't want to sit here and mope and be all sad about somebody already reached their first 1,000 followers in the first 6 months, and in your first 6 months of business, you're still sitting at 500. Everybody has their own little different taste added into their business, so there's going to be some differences in growth. Say for instance, okay, you're looking for some lip gloss, but you love anime. Now I'm gonna throw some people out here that you probably know. Mocha P Beauty. So you got her, and she got anime inspired. She's a anime inspired makeup brand, and then you got this other girl that sells the exact same lip gloss and tubes as her, but they're just not anime inspired. Well, I'm probably gonna lean more towards anime inspired because, for one, it's lip gloss and it's what I'm looking for, and for 2, it happened to be something extra. You know, it was extra touch on there. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just regular lip gloss tubes. That's not to say that that product isn't or can't be good, but it's just like, everybody has their own different little things that they add to make their business different. So some people may grow faster because when you're different, of course, it catches people's eye more. So think about that. When you're starting a business, try to be a little bit different or stand out a little bit, and maybe you'll grow faster, you know, instead of just being basic. Because everybody, like I said, everybody is basically, there's a lot of people doing the same thing. So you want to stand out. And it might sound harsh, but it's the truth. So So yeah, so don't be afraid of competition, because more than likely everybody's doing kind of the same thing, but just try your hardest to add your own little touch. You know, you different. Explain why your brand is different. Explain why your brand is better. You know, once you gain that confidence, then you can grow. Don't worry about nobody else. That's not what we're gonna do. The last point I have on here is to don't worry about who's supporting you, period. And when I say that, I mean don't worry about your little friends not supporting you, or they ain't bought shit off your website yet. Don't worry about your family members if they ain't bought shit off your website yet. I've got multiple friends and family members that ain't bought shit off my business website, and I got a whole bunch of strangers that actually bought from me, which is really shocking. I was like, damn, I got all these strangers buying stuff, but my family members and friends ain't really bought nothing. But you can't really judge people. I mean, maybe you're just selling something they're not really into like that, or maybe they just don't have the funds for it right now. Maybe they're on the budget. You never know. So don't even worry about it. Don't let that get to your head. Don't worry if they're not posting you, or if you see them supporting Lakeisha, but they're not supporting you, and you and them, Lakeisha, just became cool, and y'all been friends since elementary, but they can't post your business, but they posting their business. Don't even go, baby girl, don't trip off that. Don't even worry about it, because it ain't worth it, because there's plenty more from where that came from. You're gonna have plenty strangers and plenty more people coming to support you more than your closest family members or friends ever will. So don't even trip off that, boo, because you doing that, they're just gonna, for one, probably start some shit, and for two, get you stressed out, and they ain't even over there stressing, because they don't even know you stressing, because they don't care. But you over here stressing. You don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's cool. I ain't gonna get deep into that, but just that's something that you really need to know before you start a business. Is when you start that business and you know that your friends and family members not supporting you, girl, don't worry about it. Don't trip off that shit. That ain't even nothing. And it ain't that big a deal. You don't know what people got going on. Shit, maybe you selling some shit they ain't really into like that. Cause I got a couple of friends that sell bundles and shit like that, and I ain't never bought for them before. But it ain't cause they ain't my friend or nothing. But it's just cause a bitch I don't wear bundles. So why would I just buy some $500 bundles just to be sitting in my house, just to say that I'm supporting? I mean, I might post you a couple of times. I might not post you. I mean, it's just something that I'm not into it. So I don't have to buy what I'm not into just to say I'm supporting somebody. They know where we rock, you know what I'm saying? So don't even trip off of that, because I got plenty of friends that got businesses that sells all type of shit that I ain't really into, but I still support them, and they know that. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's a lot of different reasons. Shit, don't worry about that. Sorry, I had to get a thumbnail. But yeah, that's basically it for my TED Talk. Those are about 10 points on what you should know before you start a business. I hope that was good, and I hope you guys enjoy. There's way more things that you can know before you start a business. So if you guys want, comment down below for me to make a part 2, and I definitely will make a part 2. People say that my website looks really nice, and how did you get it like that, or whatnot. So I just went ahead and just said that I'll go ahead and make a video about how to make your website look more professional. I'll probably make a poll about it, and you guys can choose between which videos you want to see next, but I'm sure you guys are probably going to vote on that the most, since I've been getting a lot of people talk to me about it. But I don't want to just scramble. I did enough talking for this video. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you get this video a big like. Comment down below any ideas or any, just comment down below, period, anything. Subscribe to my channel if you've made it to the end of the video. Follow my Instagram. I'll link it in the description, and I'll also put the timestamps, and make sure that you're noting everything that I just told you. I wish you success on your business if you're thinking about starting a business. If you're just here just because you love me, I love you too. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. Bye. But I don't wanna come back down.